Well, hello. This is Creating Cards with Sherry. I'm Sherry, and I'm so glad that you have joined me today for my Simple Sunday video. We are going to be making 3D shadow embossing cards. It's quite interesting how it looks and how it works, and I just really enjoy it. Um, so I'm going to show you how to put one together, and you can go home and have fun. Or well, you're at home, but you know what I mean. You can try your own. I'm going to show you the different products that I used in this card so that you can think about what you want to do too. The only thing that I did some bossing on was the words for my sentiment, and I needed Versamark for that, and it shows up clear. You don't really see it a whole lot. And then I put on the black embossing powder and heated it with my heating gun. And the thing that you want to remember when using the heating gun is that once the powder melts and begins to shine, you want to stop using that heating gun, because if you continue, you could scorch your paper and you don't want to do that. All right, I'm going to put that aside for just a second. I used perennial postage cutouts, die cuts, to put together our card, and also the beautiful motifs. That's where I got the thank you for everything. And Gallery Blooms, we're going to be using this stamp today. All right. Okay. Oh, and then I'm also going to be using the antique pearls as my embellishment. So just so you have all that together, and we can take a look at how it's all done. All right. I'm using the soft seafoam ink and the Whisper White Craft ink. Now I'm going to show you what you need to do. This is my Stamparatus. Stampin' Up! Doesn't make the Stamparatus anymore, but you can get on Amazon, there's a tool called Misty, M-I-S-T-I, and it works the same way as the Stamparatus. So if you're interested in that, look it up, and you'll be able to see what we're talking about. All right, I cut out the postage die cut from this. I put a 1-inch template here, and I put my stamp where I wanted it to, and then I creased it down so that my stamp would end up on this plate. All right. Then we're going to stamp. Now, the one thing that you want to remember is when you use the Stamparatus, you need to have um, a set of stamps or some kind of a case underneath here so that it will work properly for you. And what we're going to do is we're going to stamp tone on tone. So this is the soft seafoam paper, and we're going to use the soft seafoam ink. All right. You want to ink it up pretty good. And then you press it down. These things, I don't remember what they're called because it was a long time ago when I ordered them. But they work really nice too for pressing down those stamps on the Stamparatus. And you get a nice clear stamp then. Okay, and then I'm going to, what did I do with it? I thought it was right here. Oh, there it is. I'm going to clean off my stamp because I'm going to put the white craft ink on it. All right. Now, the one thing that you want to do here, you're making a shadow, so you have to remember that. So I have another template that is 1 inch and 1/16. and that'll move my paper over just a tad, and then I can stamp on it. Now, the one thing that you want to remember about the white craft ink, is that it needs to be, when you put it on here, it needs to be really inky. Like it should look like you just painted it. All right. So make sure that when you do this, you get it nice and inky. And if you have to, just use your refill to put more on your stamp pad. All right. And then we're going to bring it over and we're going to set it down. Give it a good press. And voila, that has to dry. The white has to dry. So we're going to set this aside while we're working on everything else. And I'm going to get some baby wipes to take off this ink, because if I use my chamois, it's just going to get all caked with that thick paint-like ink. So I chose them to use the baby wipe, and I can just throw this away when I'm done. Makes it real easy. There's a lot of cracks and crevices in here. Okay, that should do it. So I'm going to put those aside. There we go. Now let's get the rest of the card together. This is our basic black, our mossy meadow, and our basic white. So I'm going to put the inside layer for where you would write your message. I'm going to put that on first. And then you're going to want to make sure that you crease that really good. And I'm using the basic black to help pop out the color because the seafoam is so light. So this should make it pop up and just look really sharp. And again, this is not a full 1/4 inch border. It would be an 1/8 inch border, so keep that in mind when you're making this. Okay, and then I decided to put my sentiment on a circle, and I'm going to shadow it with a darker color. So I'm going to put some Stampin' Seal on this. Just like that. And then I'm going to be using some dimensionals to put the whole thing together. All right, let's take a look at this. Okay, you can begin to see it, I think. Yep, there it is. You can see that white that shines out and pops up and makes it look 3D. Pretty cool, huh? All right, I am going to put some Stampin' Seal on the back of this. Now you can, if you want, you could even put dimensionals on this and make that part pop up as well. Whatever you want to do. Okay, and then I'm going to take my antique pearls and I'm going to start purling this thing up. First thing I'm going to do is put one right there to cover up that little blotch that took place when I was embossing. Okay, and then now when you do these embellishments, you can do them, you can put as many as you want on. I mean, it doesn't have to be the standard 3, but you want to make sure that it's an odd color because it just makes the card look better. So just a pointer there for you. All right, let's do this a little different here. There we go. All right. So there is our 3D embossed card. Key things to remember. You want a two-tone first. All right. So you want this color, the color of your paper, and the color of your ink to be the same. And then with the crafting white, you want to make sure that you move it over just slightly so that it gives its shadow effect. And that's why I made those templates of 1 inch and 1 1/16 because it was easier to put it together. I did make another one earlier today, and that is this one. So that gives you another idea of what it can look like. Aren't those pretty? I just love them. I think they turned out really beautiful. And so if you enjoyed this and you are interested in any of the products that you've seen here today, make sure that you scroll down underneath the video, and I will have all the links that you need both to my blog and to my shop for these products. All right. Thank you so much for joining me today. You have a fantastic weekend of what is left, and I will see you on Tuesday for my Tickle Tuesday video. Bye now.